The other thing you said there, another thing that I really responded to, was this idea of how we can be better together. The community aspect of this. That's a big part of what I'm trying to do with Boys of Summer in bringing communities together and telling these stories from multiple angles, from multiple perspectives, and then making sure it gets out there so that really, and I was talking to Sydney about this the other day, the newly diagnosed person or the person who knows they probably have Parkinson's but is scared to find out can recognize there's somewhere safe to be. And I think that's with communities. They have to realize not only safe, but you can live better if you are ready, when you're ready to accept. Because she equated it to, and we were talking with another friend, to even, like what people coming out of the closet feel. Same type of thing of feeling of coming out with Parkinson's because of the social stigma. Well, all that gets alleviated when you have a great social group, and Pedaling for Parkinson's is one of them.
Yeah, no, I think what you're doing around community is fantastic, and I couldn't agree more. That is so important to build community, and I think that community needs to be, the best community is a very diverse community, right? And so I think, again, from a Parkinson's patient perspective, having other patients on or individuals with Parkinson's on the ride inspires them, gives them a little more grit and maybe occasionally a little kick in the pants, but also some empathy. And then at the same time, having individuals who have no idea, they don't know anything about Parkinson's, having that connection really is important, and it does build community. And I think what's the other interesting part about that is, we've had a number of folks who build these relationships and friendships, and they go back to their other areas of the country. But again, now through social media and other ways, they have, found a member or a really solid member of their community, or person to add to their community. And so I think that is, yeah, again, I think cycling and these types of rides are perfect for that, because nothing like building a community when you've got that headwind and you can share time at the front with 4 or 5 different people.
Yeah, it's amazing how far you can go and how relatively fast you can go when you work like that. I've been on, a number of those lines and know exactly what you mean. You're turn to toe when you get up there, and how good you feel for doing your part, for realizing I was part of something there that helped these other people behind me in line do a great job, and now I get my turn in the wind tunnel. And yeah, it really
Yeah,
is a special thing.
yeah, no, I agree, and I think and to me, the special thing about it is that it's not a one-way relationship, right? And I think that's where what we see, certainly in the Pedaling for Parkinson's group, both as we ride across Iowa and then also as we talk to people in these different YMCA programs, it's everybody is giving, but everybody is receiving as well, and that I think is one of the reasons why the programs have been sustained and why we've had, a very, good number of people joining us every year.
Yeah, great. Well, I want to touch on DBS. I just want to say one more thing on this. I feel like we could probably keep unpacking this, but just to say
Yeah.
the thing you said about diversity of community really struck a chord with me. And again, I'm pointing back to Boys of Summer here briefly that, I have baseball fans who've come to see, especially the second movie, and not realize that it's much more Parkinson's based because we meant to go to more baseball parks, but got life interrupted by Parkinson's, as it were. And we had a screening with the Oakland A's. They brought us out. There wasn't a single person with Parkinson's or family member in the crowd. They were all A's fans, and these people loved it. They went crazy for it because they realized it was, all of a sudden it was about, life. It was about aging. It was about how we treat each other, family, community, and everybody could relate. So you're right. Within diversity, we realize the empathetic opportunities, and all of a sudden we're a lot closer than we think we are. Instead of going, Parkinson's is that weird thing. No, it's the same as, remember when your mom had cancer, or when your buddy got Alzheimer's or whatever. It's like this is just a life thing that we have to come together under. So thank you for bringing up that diversity of community. I think it's a very important point.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think, to the other, sorry, you're right. We could talk about this all day, but I'll make another one more point, and then we
Go
can
ahead.
move on to
Yes.
DBS. But the other part about it is, you talked about how people don't want to sort of come out of the disease closet, right? And that's where the challenge with chronic, neurological diseases such as this is, unlike, and I'm not, saying anything bad about cancer, if someone comes out and says, "Oh, I have cancer," right? Then there is this huge groundswell of support around that individual, and that is fantastic. I'm absolutely advocating for that and feel that's wonderful. And what I would hope is we could have that same kind of concept around these types of neurological diseases like Parkinson's or Alzheimer's, whatever, right? Is that we have this groundswell of people who look at it and say, okay, I'm going to be part of this fight with you, right? As opposed to, historically, someone's diagnosed with Parkinson's and the first response is, oh, I'm really sorry, oh, I'm really, that. It's a different sort of mindset, and I think if we can keep building these communities and diversity and showing that, hey, there's a lot of successes and there's a lot of life to be lived here. This is not a death sentence. That hopefully we can start building, again, a really, really positive community responses.